All right. So, for those just joining us on the stream, I forgot to stream the last 40 minutes. So, yeah, we're gonna finish this scene. Then we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna do the remainder of the game. And then afterwards, we are going to open it up to talking and all the good feel times and everything that is going to happen after we finish this really big project. Woo!
Okay,
Yay!
I'll be back a little bit later. I gotta go help George with something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was just amazing. That was actually just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nikau, for bringing joy into our lives for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nikal, that was so unexpectedly flawless.
Thank you.
Uh,
I appreciate you all having me.
Wait. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually just gonna send I should be able to just send this video file directly to you. Yeah, it's 460 megabytes. Here, look. Everyone grab. It's gonna land in like 2 seconds because my internet's stupid fast.
I like how it took everyone a moment to process it. There was a solid like 3 seconds.
It was beautiful.
I tried not to laugh the whole time. That was the hardest 3 seconds to not laugh.
I mean, literally the then voices laughing and talking, and then Nikau just dropped that bomb. Anyway, it's in Nomek too, Jackson. Feel free to chop that shit up like a shibaki.
Like a hibachi girl.
Hibachi girl, yeah. Are we ready to finish the scene? Nikau, Cam, you ready to continue reading?
Yeah. Is my microphone blown out? Because I have no idea if it is.
No, it's not. It's not.
All
at
right,
all.
good.
Yeah, no, I can hear you just fine. Nikau?
Let's roll.
Awesome.
I just stand in the doorway, recognizing those voices.
Cassius, stop. We need to be quiet.
Alexis's voice is a hushed whisper, though I can tell he's trying not to laugh.
Oh, unknot your tail, kitten. What will they do? Arrest me?
Something is odd about Cassius's voice. It's slurred and tired sounding. I don't even attempt to hide as the two of them stumble into view, Alex clinging to Cassius's neck as the wolf tries to keep his balance. Alex giggle while Cassius playfully nips him around his face and neck.
Alexios, stop. You're going to make me laugh. Someone will hear.
Alex spots me and pulls away from Cassius, standing stiffly to the side. Cassius, not having seen me yet, tries grabbing at him, but gets his paws slapped.
Ouch! Not so rough. My joints ache.
He stares at Alex, even as the cat tries to nod at my direction to tip the wolf off. It takes a minute, but eventually the white wolf gets it.
What's that?
He looks at me, takes a moment to process it, then stiffens up as well.
Oh, ape creature.
I frown, wondering if he's forgotten my name already, but my focus is mainly on Alex.
Hey, Alex.
I'm still feeling bizarrely high and confident from my time trip.
Hello.
This is good. I actually wanted to talk to you before I leave.
What about?
Well, first of all, what are you doing here?
Cassius steps forward unsteadily, pointing at me, I think. His finger kind of drifts off to the side.
What right do you have to question him, human?
Alex quickly grabs one of Cassius's arms and tries to pull him back.
Cassius, please.
You're acting very uppity for someone who is still considered a pet, even if you did win my brother's favor.
I lean against the doorway, casually smiling.
Oh, I want more than that. But if you really want, I can call Amicus. He should have the proper authority.
No.
Alex freezes and every inch of his fur bristles out. I wait, not saying anything, but Alex also says nothing, just clinging to Cassius's arm as he stares at me, as if just moving will lead to me making good on my threat.
Well, maybe we can start with what it is you're doing here. Last I heard, you were banished from the palace.
Cassius steps forward again, stumbling a bit as he drags Alex along.
Enough intimidating my cat. We are here to claim my father's ship, which we will then pilot to Amorpha.
Alex stares open-mouthed at Cassius, clearly shocked at how quickly his plans had just been revealed.
Cassius.
What? Am I saying something wrong? Well, consider it your fault if you wouldn't stop pressing the wine bottles in my mouth.
Alex can only stare back at the wolf, mouth agape, before he snaps it closed and turns to me.
My master is simply drunk, if that was not already obvious.
I am perfectly coherent despite my slightly inebriated state.
Coherency isn't the issue, Cass.
Alex hisses angrily at the wolf before turning back to me, smoothing his fur down.
My master brought me here simply because he wanted to. As his pet, I have no choice but to obey.
I see Alexios' paw grip more tightly on Cassius's arm, warning him.
Ouch! What did I say about me being sore?
I
Leslie,
sigh.
I love the things that make you laugh.
I sigh as I finally recognize that look in Alex's eyes.
So, we're planning to steal the Emperor's ship, which is Amicus's ship now. By the way, just before I was due to leave.
Oh, you're leaving?
Alex isn't even trying at this point.
Man, you're a real piece of shit. You know that?
And you're a reckless ape with no consideration for the rest of the galaxy.
I blink in surprise, though I'm a little satisfied to see that I've gotten through his shield of indifference. Cassius, who had opened his mouth to butt in again, suddenly pauses, raising an eyebrow at the two of us.
Wait a moment. Do you two have some sort of history? You speak in a familiar way to each other.
No, Cassius, only in passing.
I remember then that Alex had tried to keep our interactions hidden from Cassius, though not the information I'd unwittingly given the cat during our many conversations. I ignored the wolf for a moment, unwilling to let his treacherous feline get the last word in.
And you have no consideration for the lives of anyone on this moon.
I turned to Cassius.
And how do you explain still wanting to get the cat when he's responsible for most of the terrible things that's happened to us last year, to your family.
Don't talk to him, Cassius. Let's just leave.
No, you're not leaving. Otherwise, I am calling for Amicus.
I look at Alex, who purses his lips tightly before turning my attention back to Cassius.
That is none of your concern, but if you must know, then
Cassius.
consider how you would feel left in a position in which the intents of your entire society rested upon your shoulders. He had little choice, while also underestimating Cato's brutality.
Cassius's words are less slurred now, the topic of conversation seeming to have sobered him up a bit.
He did have the choice to accept his assignment, as he put it, and I think he's smart enough to know his actions would destroy countless lives.
You misunderstand. His choice was an illusion, so as to assure the cats, especially the ones giving the command, that they are still grounded by their values. I fully understand this, and so did Amicus when I explained the situation. We have both been left in such positions before.
I shake my head.
How can you not blame him for the destruction and death of your people?
Marco, he is only the stylus. I blame the hand of his government that wielded him like a disposable tool.
Alex is tugging on the wolf's arm again, pulling him back towards the main exit.
Cassius, let's just leave. There's more wine in our apartment.
I sigh, realizing that I probably won't ever have my questions about Alex answered, that he'll probably never get what he deserves. It still bothers me that he got off so easily, that Cassius shields him from any sort of comeuppance.
How do you trust him, Cassius? He's a traitor, but here you are leaving your empire vulnerable while letting him get close to you, the brother of the Emperor.
Cassius pouts, putting an arm around Alex.
Because we understand each other, Marcos. You and Amicus somehow understand each other. I've grown tired of the games of politics. I simply want peace with an understanding partner.
By running away to Amorpha? Last I heard, they despise your kind.
Actually, we're similar in many ways, one being our shared culture,
I try not to roll my eyes at the word shared.
and the other being the fact that the cats now oppose the parents. I believe this can result in plenty of common ground.
Come on.
Alex yanks the wolves, making Cassius yelp before stumbling after the cat.
Oh, son of a whore, Alex! You're lucky I'm drunk. Otherwise, you could have seriously injured me.
I watch the two of them disappear through the exit, part of me wanting to call security and have the cat arrested for trying to hijack Amicus's ship. At the same time, though, I wonder if it'll do us any good, considering what the cat has already gotten away with. Still, I feel like Cassius seemingly wanting to abandon the Empire, while drunk or not, is something Amicus should know about. I decide that I will tell Amicus, but when we're both on our way back to Earth, and he has time to think over what he wants to do about this. As for Alex as a whole, I suppose his motivation and Cassius's willingness to defend him makes a little more sense, but I still don't like any of it. We all have a choice whether you want to pretend it's an illusion or not. I'm in the process of making my own right now. Continue or break?
We should take a break right here.
Yeah, could use a break.
Mm-hmm. We'll resume in 5 minutes. Do we need a 5 or we need a 10?
I'm fine either way.
What'd you say?
Let's do a 5. Let's do a 5-minute break.
Yeah, we don't really have much left.
Mhm.
We're on line 2608, and there are 320 left.
Jackson, great job on that edit. Freaking smiling Cassius got me again.
Oh,
I
it's
barely
such a
noticed
perfect
footsteps
laugh.
up the hall.
Yeah.
Then voices, laughing and talking.
We're gonna need to like use that sound clip specifically in the fan dub.
I'm
Like, we
laughing at
need
the
to
edit.
save that for posterity's sake.
The way that you put the sprite in.
Jesus.
That was great. Yeah.
I don't know why that laugh reminded me so much of Squidward for some
Barely noticed
reason.
footsteps up the hall. Then voices,
Like,
laughing and talking.
oh my god, Alexios.
I guess Alexios likes big noses.
You know, Squidward does give small dick energy.
Oh, there's something on his face to compensate. It's alright.
Oh my god.
Cassius
I
just
think-
shamelessly
Cassius-
is like, sit on this, baby.
I think Cassius does have a lot of Amicus too.
Oh my god.
Wacky slash.
The Wacky
Slash.
The Wacky slash cast.
He on X Games mode.
Yeah, who's driving this
SpongeBob, help
bus?
me. My phone are stuck.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Clap if you ever wanted to kill somebody.
Oh, I'm the only one who clapped.
One meaty slap.
Yeah,
Exposed.
there we go.
Oh my god, I love that laugh so much.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's
Oh, Jazz.
I barely noticed footsteps up the hall. Then voices, laughing and
I'm gonna
talking.
post that on the Adastra fan art. That is art.
yeah.
Dare I say it? Dare I say it? This is cinema.
Kino of the highest order.
Oh, what? Of the highest
Time with
order?
you all is Kino.
So true. And we're gonna be starting fucking Echo next week, although I won't be here. But yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That'll be a whole bucket of trauma for us to unload.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just in time.
Echo hit me hard, like so fucking hard. If you're not mentally prepared for Echo, then you're in for a ride.
I am scared of Echo, but we are going to be reading it, so that's amazing.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen whether you like it or not. This is
Yeah.
This is non-consensual echo consumption.
So true.
I still feel bad for that pinball machine.
Oh, not for Chase. You know, the one that got sexually assaulted.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
the gumball machine.
Man, that gumball
I
machine
do.
didn't deserve that. Chase
For
did
sure.
though.
Yeah, fuck Chase. Nah. I feel bad for the entirety of the main cast, honestly.
Such a creepy scene.
I literally just want to be Jenna in the back being like, damn, Chase, you deserved that. Good job picking such a shitty boyfriend.
Right. I can hear it now, Chris. Like, damn, Chase, you hella stinky.
Oh no.
Girl pissed, you
I
better
mean-
not be sloppy. Wonky slush.
Did we like already decide? Is it decided like the actors for like the echo reading thing?
Yeah, basically.
So like
For the reading night, yeah.
yeah, like the difference between the reading night and the fan dub is that the reading night isn't necessarily like an obligation. Like the commitments are much looser than it would be for like a voice cast or a voice dub.
Wow.
Right, fair. Because I did remember that I was gonna participate in the echo reading. I don't even remember who I am supposed to be, but fair.
Yeah, so I know that the thread for echo planning. Who's throwing silverware?
That's Jackson.
Oh,
Neferu down a well.
Sorry, I'm in the
I was
kitchen.
trying to find a bottle opener for this wine. Everybody's a goddamn critic. I'm just trying to get my vodka here.
Jackson, why is it so fucking... Your mic is so sensitive towards lots of clattering and clanging against each other.
Oh well, I have the voice activation thing turned basically to where it'll pick up everything. It's always on. Helps
Yeah.
with reading.
Yeah,
Jackson should drop a metal bar on the ground to see if it fits.
Yeah.
dude, I wish this server allowed for soundboard because I have amazing soundboard effects from other servers.
Well, the nice thing about soundboard is that if you okay, so the way that my stream works is that I could literally play anything that ends up on Discord for me and it will show up in the stream. So
Yeah.
I do technically put a lot of trust in you guys to not, fuck me over and make me play something.
Too much
Like
trust.
fart reverb
Yeah,
or something.
like for instance, if I play this Chase forgot his musk off again, that's probably a little too suggestive for the boys and girls.
People spamming the Among Us sound all the time.
Someone plays the Vine Boom after we slit Kato's throat.
After you die, it's like a wah wah.
Oh, the
Marco
sound.
just started flossing when he did that. That'd be in woven history for the next 20,000 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Marco flossing after committing a fucking assassination.
Hell yeah.
So based.
Iconic.
It's what he fucking deserves, to quote Kim K.
Could you imagine being Marco and then coming back to life and then going to see a play about what happened and watching some 13-year-old wolf floss after pretend stabbing the emperor
He start flossing.
with your face
This is for the audience.
wearing your face?
No.
And then it becomes like this historical dance. It's just in the history books. Like
do the assassination is the new move.
It
I'm not
it wouldn't
seeing
be
enough killing.
it wouldn't be even called flossing anymore. It would be called slay.
Slaying. Oh my goodness, girl boss slaying.
Slay.
Really?
But it's directed
Who
by
wants
George
to slay
Lucas.
the emperor today? Oh my god, ooh.
Every scene is so tense.
See, it'd be even better if you just did the default dance, though. The OG, the classic.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the thing that made me laugh was it's what he fucking deserves.
That really came from your heart, Ton, didn't it?
It really did. Really did. I've been so quiet this whole stream. It's like y'all are doing so great. I don't want to shit over everyone.
No, seriously, Don. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. Hearing your voice is like so. The comfort,
Right?
the
Don,
spiritual
I miss you
release.
so much as well. I haven't talked to you in so long.
I miss you
Literally.
guys too. It's really good to be back. And this life's been a bitch and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it has been. It has been. It has been for everyone. I can't wait to tell everyone what's been going on. But still, like, yeah.
Hey, Dine, what the fuck? Why am I doing Leo?
What do you mean?
I'm doing Leo on the Echo reading night.
What are you talking about? Is that not what you chose?
It is. I did that. Oh, okay.
I'm not putting fictitious people for different roles. You know that, right?
Oh my god.
If you tell me, oh, I want to play Leo, I will take that seriously.
No, I'm joking. It's alright.
Your personality's in control right now.
Okay, I just want to hear. I want to hear Shaw as Amicus say, "You got a pretty mouth."
Oh no.
Want to hear what?
Hey, Shaw, can you say you got a pretty mouth?
What? Wait, just a second.
And then Shaw blocks all of us.
Just
He's
leave
gonna
the
leave
stream.
the server forever.
We have to find a sub for Amicus, like in the middle of the stream.
Hey, you got a pretty mouth.
Okay. Can you repeat what you said?
Oh, you got a pretty mouth, but in like a southern drawl.
Hmm.
Is it gonna
Why is there so
happen?
much suspense?
It's okay, Shaw. I respect you.
I don't respect you enough to not say this, though. Me holding a knife to Shaw. Shaw, are you there?
Shaw, if you don't say it, we will find
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So
It's a
Oh my
really
God.
bad meme from a movie.
Aw. It's okay, Shaw. You don't have to.
I'll do
You're
it if he's
good.
not going to do it.
I wasn't paying attention to the conversation.
All right,
so-
Jackson is subbing in. Jackson is doing the southern.
Mako, you have a pretty mouth.
Wow. Very good.
Very
Wait.
British.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh
You
my
have
goodness.
a pretty mouth.
Star.
It seems that you have a pretty mouth.
Oh, holy fuck. Not Picard.
People joining the stream just now are like, I got ready for this.
I absolutely love Jackson's laugh. It sounds like he's getting stabbed or something.
So good.
Sounds like a hyena.
I have many laughs. I have many versions of a laugh.
You know,
Girl, me too.
Jackson, it really sucks that like the entire I was scream laughing so loud while the whole Macau thing happened. Like I when I was watching your clip, I didn't hear myself at all. I was so mad.
I know you got like you only came in at the end of it, really. You
Yeah.
only started at the end, else calmed down.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you, noise canceling. Noise suppression fucked me over. I
really
swear.
But yeah, Bort, that's basically accurate. I have a hyena laugh.
I'm trying
Me
to
too,
hyena
Jackson.
laugh with you. We need to be a pride of hyenas.
I also have a wheezy laugh, but y'all ain't heard that one yet, I think. That's when I go too far. That's when it goes too far.
I used to laugh like a seal, then I trained myself not to.
At least no one here snorts when they laugh. That we've heard, at least.
I do occasionally.
Oh, no cow.
I have heard I hear a few snorts here. They are not often, but they happen.
Can you make Cassius snort? Please, Michaela. That just sounds like Squidward all over again.
Is that how the rich snore?
nerd emoji laugh right there.
Yes.
Oh, okay, we should get started again.
Yeah.
I imagine her family laughing like that.
No more fun. Serious time.
Does anyone laugh like Pee Wee Herman?
How does he laugh?
I dated
Yes.
somebody who laughed like Pee Wee Herman.
That's horrible.
Motherfucker, I laugh.
Fucking Kermit laugh.
Okay, we should get
It's so
started
bad.
again.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
Kermit,
it
can
is.
you bust a fat load in me, please?
What?
No. Guys. Oh, clip that. Clip that.
Lois, I'm coming.
Oh my god, he's doing the Peter one. That's so accurate.
Oh, Marco. Oh, Marco.
Yes,
What?
you better work, bitch.
What the
Alright, order on the stream guys, order. I'm going down.
Order the courts. Guys, Starkeeper.
Damn, who getting buck wild over their desk? What the
Order in the stream.
Yeah, okay, so
Oh my
I
God.
did invite Star in order to do
Okay, Star.
his Amicus voice because it has always impressed me.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's see if I can remember it though. Why?
What are we having to say?
First of all, why? Oh.
Well,
don't
okay,
ask
because
questions.
I understand that you coming onto a stream with a bunch of people cackling is like really fucking, sudden.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the same time, we're just having fun because Nikau is making a Cassius impression and making us all die laughing. And then we're trying to just think of funny ways that Amicus would sound doing different impressions.
You know what? I always thought Cassius sounded like Papyrus in my head.
Yes! Oh my god! That's so true. Like, oh my god, I've never
Yeah.
met somebody who also thinks
I mean, he's basically skin and bones anyway. So like-
Nikau, are you doing a Papyrus impressions like low key?
Gotta start. It's supposed to be
Marco.
No.
I was tended to give my Adastra impressions in Latin.
Okay. So my true question here is if Cassius sounds like Papyrus, does Amicus sound like Sans?
Yes.
Same deep voice, isn't it?
That means that
It's like-
Amicus
it's like
is
with a very romantic accent.
Yeah. This is
What's the fucking romantic accent for that?
this is what we need.
Romantic?
This is what we need, Star.
Romantic.
This is an excellent conversation, but I really think we should get going.
Star, work my pussy out though.
I'm sorry.
Hmm?
Late
What?
for some people. Let's begin.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are
this is now a
behind.
15-minute break.
Yeah.
It was a break.
I head back to our bedroom, suddenly extremely tired as the euphoria begins to wear off. I still feel as if I've lived an entire lifetime in just half an hour. So when I find Amicus in the same position on the couch, I practically fall back into his arms. He shifts when I do, then hugs me tight before falling back to sleep. I wiggle myself deeper into his embrace before doing the same, falling asleep almost instantly. It only seems like a second passes before I feel myself being moved around. Then I feel Amicus's paw on my head, gently nudging me out of sleep.
Hey there, love. It's time to get ready.
I stand off to the side, watching Amicus load up the ship while checking various gadgets. Virginia and Neferu make small talk, the kind that makes me feel as if I'm not going away for 8 years, that everything is still normal. Then I have to remind myself that this technically isn't normal, even though it feels that way now. Finally, Amicus walks up to us, brushing his paws together.
Well, it's about time we're off. I should be back in no more than 2 days' time, Virginia.
I certainly hope that to be the case, considering how much work will pile up. I'll try and keep the Empire from rebelling while you're gone, though.
Thank you, Virginia.
And I look forward to our next reunion, Marco. I hope your experiences contribute to a more disciplined character.
Thanks.
Of course.
Virginia sticks out a paw, and I blink at it until realizing what she's doing. The way I first greeted her, I bend down to kiss it.
Goodbye, Marco.
I step back awkwardly.
Bye.
Then Neferu's paw sticks out, and I hear Amicus sigh loudly next to me. I don't humor the jackal though, instead just forcing it into an awkward handshake.
That's a new one.
Another human greeting. I'll have to show you more when I see you next time.
Jackson?
I think Jackson muted because there's a loud car.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's very polite.
Okay, it's gone. Sorry. Whenever that might be.
It'll happen. I promise.
Neferu raises an eyebrow at my... I lost my spot, sorry. Neferu raises an eyebrow at my assuredness, then nods.
Well, here's a Chemian goodbye. One between those who are close.
He then leans down, pulling me forward. My chin rests on his shoulder, his paw coming up to rest on my head, his cheek pressing to mine.
May our Hotep be with you on every step of your journey, brother, and may he help you to find all that you seek.
I expect to hear Amicus make more noises of disapproval, but it's quiet. I stand there for a moment, then awkwardly put my hand on Neferu's head, hoping I'm returning the gesture appropriately. I stand still until Neferu lets go and pulls back.
Never heard you call me brother before.
It's a farewell normally reserved for siblings. I haven't performed it since I last saw my sister on Chemia, in fact.
You see me as a brother?
Close enough. Until we meet again, friend.
Thanks. Yeah, until then, Neferu.
Amicus coughs awkwardly, stepping forward and putting his paw around my shoulder.
Alright, see you all when I return.
Virginia smiles and Neferu nods as we turn away from them, Amicus leading the way to the ship that's parked on the palace lawn. He jumps in first, then reaches down to pull me up. As soon as I'm inside, the door closes before I can look back. I'm struck by the fact that I hadn't been inside the ship since I first got here, yet it's still also familiar.
Alright, let's make sure we have everything.
Amicus walks around the back of the ship, looking at various compartments, looking into the utility closet that I'd once been stuffed into. He opens the doors to his quarters, doing more checks. I move to the seat that I'd sat in that I'd sat in a year ago and look out the window. Virginia and Neferu stand by the entrance of the palace, still watching. I wave and Neferu raises a paw in acknowledgement.
Everything appears to be in order. Calm. Initiate liftoff.
Liftoff sequence engaged. The ship rumbles, though there isn't any sound as we begin to lift off the ground. Amicus sits heavily in his seat with a thump, buckling his seatbelt while I do the same. I watch out the window as Neferu, Virginia, and the palace grow smaller and smaller, until the entire city, along with the entire city of Adastra. It's not unlike taking off from the airport on my way to Rome, though this is much faster. Before I know it, the glittering city fades into a small, sparkling spot of light on the globe of the moon. I stare at Adastra, at the little patches of glittering lights indicating the cities, and at the long stretches of dark blue that indicate the oceans. That's when I notice Amicus watching me closely.
What?
The big wolf shrugs.
Oh, just curious as how you might feel at this moment. I must say you seem less stressed than you had been last night.
I go back to looking out the window, getting a last look at Adastra, along with the smaller Torque and the much larger Anchorus.
I guess things just became clearer, kind of like what you said they would.
Amicus grins, and now I get the feeling that he knows exactly what I saw. Sufficient distance achieved. Prepare to enter the stretch drive. Amicus reaches out a paw and I take it.
Then know that there is much ahead of us together.
I nod. Too many different emotions conflicting inside of me to understand how exactly I feel as I watch Adastra grow smaller and smaller. Then, it's gone, replaced by the warped space and unimaginable distance. About 10 hours. That's how much time we have before we get to Earth. We agree to stay up and treat it like we're having an entire day to ourselves. 2 hours pass quickly as we lie on the cot, as Amicus entertains me with various foods we have stashed in the compartments along the wall. He'd brought plenty this time. He'd learned his lesson the first time after he ran out and had to rely on the less than savory protein mud shake. For the space travel food, they apparently don't go bad, so we open every single one, taste testing them and ranking them from worst to best. Amicus is surprised that our rankings are nearly opposite each other, even though I expected it.
You're always wanting anything sweet, yes.
Yes, because it's good.
Sometimes, but I'd rather have more something that's salty and savory rather than sweet.
But why? It's like dessert all the time.
There's a reason dessert is small and comes last, Amicus.
I don't see the reason.
Ever heard of too much of a good thing?
If something's good, then there can never be enough of it.
Amicus flicks a round blue pebble-like pellet into his muzzle that I assume is some kind of fruit-flavored candy. I settle in munching on my salty potato chip-like dried vegetables, finding it sad that it's a bit better than most of the bland food on Adastra.
Did your parents ban you from eating anything sweet or something?
Amicus pauses, in the process of pouring half the bag into his muzzle before talking with his mouth full.
Oh, yeah, you did actually good.
I grimace.
So that's how you ran out of food last time.
Amicus chews for a while, then swallows.
It's not like I'm always eating sweets. The peanuts allows me from doing so as well. I'm simply taking advantage of not being under supervision at the moment.
Amicus, your consumption of sugar has exceeded your daily limit. A report for Virginia has been filed and will be supplied to her upon our landing on Adastra. Amicus pauses, then shrugs, pouring the rest of the bag into his mouth.
Well, as long as you have the parental tech to keep you healthy.
We do. Everything in my body is regulated to normal levels on somehow.
Wow, lucky you.
So I am technically free from any poor choice I make diet-wise. I simply kept away from sweets to discipline my impulses.
Well, that's clearly not working at all.
Amicus smirks at me before opening another bag of what looks like candy. I glare at him, then poke him in the stomach, making him grunt.
I think you're actually getting a little more weight.
The wolf clasps his stomach with a hard smack.
This? It's part of my stature and it's important for my center of gravity in combat.
Oh, really?
I move the set in Amicus's lap, rubbing my face against his bulk.
Yes, you see how handily I handle you when we wrestle? Besides, you like it.
I rest my head against his chest, feeling the softness of his strong body swell around me with each breath he takes.
You got me there.
I listen to the candies clack around in his mouth, again his teeth against his teeth and against each other. I've been savoring everything about him that I can, even just the sounds of him eating candy. We sit there in silence for a bit, becoming all too aware of the passing time. I take a deep breath.
So, will we be able to communicate at all over the next 8 years?
Amicus pauses, his mood lowering a bit to match mine.
That's hard to say. I've wondered similar things, but I have not received an answer.
I sigh deeply.
It's not like with the parents.
Amicus laughs, a stark contrast to how he would have reacted to such a statement a year ago.
They are frustrating, to say the least. I have a feeling that it will, though.
Yeah?
Yes, they work in very mysterious ways. I believe it's clear now that the archives are not their only method of communication.
The confidence I'd originally felt while leaving Adastra is fading away at this point. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think the two of us joining together in a way, say, a dream, will not be out of the realm of possibility.
The confidence I'd originally felt while leaving Adastra is fading away at this point. Instead, I feel the familiar feeling of dread and uncertainty taking over my mind. I hug Amicus harder, pressing my face into his fur, inhaling the lavender scent. I mumble into his chest.
Nox, can you read that again?
I'm scared.
It's nothing to be afraid of.
Amicus hugs me tightly, nuzzling my hair. Even now, he's managed to hold it together somehow, and that actually makes me feel a little grateful. I don't know how I'd be able to do this if he was acting as unsure as I am right now.
You know how big of a fuck up I am. What if I do something wrong?
Amicus chuckles.
I feel that the parents will not attempt this unless they themselves are certain of success. Simply follow their guidance.
I am silent at that, and Amicus knows why.
I know that what we experienced with Kaido was terrible. They weren't able to see us clearly. I know that they are much more confident here.
I feel about being guided by government said what they're doing.
They are not good, which is why they are prone to mistakes. But the time I've spent communication with them over the past year has left me a bit more confident in their capabilities.
I squeeze my eyes, letting the small amount of tears that had built up get soaked into the wolf's fur, so he doesn't see when I look up at him.
Why is that?
He smiles at me, placing a paw against my head and pushing it back down against his shoulder.
Well, they have far more tools at their disposal than we do. I mean, they actually see the future in some ways. If I must trust anyone with my future, it would be the parents.
I just don't want to mess up and not be able to see you again.
Amicus' expression grows stern.
That will not happen. I will make sure of it, no matter what parents say.
Do you even have a choice? Bother you that it feels like we don't have a say in anything?
There are conversations we've had before. These are conversations we've had before. But for some reason, I keep flip-flopping to whether or not I actually do have a choice here.
Do just have the advantage of knowing the alternatives, and that this path is much more desirable.
I'm reminded that while Amicus might be more open to the I'm reminded that while Amicus might be more open to criticizing the parents, he certainly still believes in their plan. I don't know if I feel quite the same yet.
You saw our future?
Amicus pauses, probably wondering if this is okay to share. He seems to make up his mind.
Yes, it was beautiful.
I worry it's not really going to happen. I've only thought of it now, but what if they're leading us on?
Amicus grunts in surprise, clearly not having thought of that himself.
They wouldn't do that, but I suppose there is some degree of trust that goes into this, yeah. We're here because of them. All of us are, and I have to trust that.
I sigh deeply.
I just wish we could run away to some other peaceful planet. Something. But I know we wouldn't be together unless we were meant to do this. So I guess that's probably why I'm going on with it.
You know, judging by the fusion, I think we will come to believe in your mission over time.
I hope so.
Amicus slowly pulls me back to lie down with him, both of us lying on our sides as he spoons me. I try to think of something to say, anything really. Time is truly running out, but I still come up short. Instead, I lie back against Amicus, amongst the many silver wrappings of the food, listening to him suck on candy. It's comfortable, and for a moment, I let go of all my worries, and the tiredness of the night before catches up to me. Exiting the stretch drive. Prepare for arrival in 20 minutes. I come to a sudden jolt, Amicus jumping behind me as well. I sit up, rubbing my eyes.
Already?
Amicus sits up next to me, a paw on my back.
Are you alright?
Damn it, Amicus. We were supposed to stay up.
There's a sinking feeling in my chest as I realize we've slept away most of our time we had to travel.
Why do you let me fall asleep?
I look at him accusingly, even as my eyes start to blur with tears.
Sorry, we were so tired. You seemed at peace and I didn't.
I throw off the blanket that Amicus had pulled over us. I step off the bed, turning away in case I break down a little, break down like a little kid.
Marco?
I act like I don't hear him, moving to the cockpit area to look out the window. Sure enough, we're no longer in the stretch, instead drifting towards a familiar globe in the distance. Approaching Earth, we'll arrive at Marco's residence in Rome, Italy. A heavy paw rests on my back.
Marco?
We're out of time.
Can you reread that line again, Max?
We're out of time.
The lump in my throat makes it harder to talk. Slowly, Amicus hugs me.
Marco, we did have time. Several months, in fact. A few hours on a ship is no time lost.
Any time is lost at this point.
Amicus doesn't say anything, and I lean my head against him, swallowing down my bitter attitude because I'm not about to let it ruin our last moments together.
Sorry, I'm not ready.
I'll be able to come into your apartment. We do still have a bit of time left, you know.
I nod quietly, allowing Amicus to hold me for a bit until we have to get back into our seats for re-entry. I feel slightly queasy as we approach Earth at an unreal speed. I quickly spot Europe, the brilliant sprawl of lights spanning the continent as a whole I quickly spot Europe. The brilliant sprawl of lights spanning the continent as a whole are far more intense than the city on Adastra. Italy's characteristic boot-like shape stands out from the darkness of the sea that surrounds it. I focus on the glittering patches that I know as Rome, and within seconds we're descending into it.
Nox, can you do that again?
Won't everyone see us?
We're cloaked.
I trust what the wolf says, even though I hadn't noticed any difference. We continue to descend at a rapid pace, and as we approach the block of apartments, I grip onto the seat in anticipation of a hard landing. But our sudden yet gradual halt is gentle. We come to a rest on the roof of my residence.
You landed on the roof?
Indeed. There was no room elsewhere.
Amicus opens the door and jumps out, and again, I'm worried about being seen. But when he helps me out, I realize how dark it is. Stretch schedule indicates liftoff should commence in 15 minutes. Another twist in my chest as we're literally down to minutes. Amicus leads the way to the fire escape, and I'm struck by how strange it is seeing my wolf framed by this human world. The sight of Rome, the sounds of distant traffic, it almost makes me dizzy at how familiar it is despite having been away for so long. Amicus stops at the balcony, and I trust that it's the one to my apartment as he boldly slides open the door, apparently aware that the landlord never seems to keep it locked. I step inside, and through the darkness, I can see that my personal belongings are gone, obviously. It's cleaned out and looks just about the same as when I first got here. It's empty, luckily, and I wonder if anyone has stayed here since I went missing. Probably not if there was an investigation. I swallow hard, remembering how much media coverage and documentaries there were about the 2 Canadian and British students that went missing here a few months ago. And that coverage of an Australian student who disappeared a week before I arrived. I hope I didn't get the same treatment while I was away, but I get the feeling that I must have. I shake my head, once again wondering where to even begin. I turn around, seeing Amicus standing there, and I immediately get a painful stabbing feeling between my throat and chest. His pose and demeanor, it's finally reflecting that our time together is coming to an end. We both stand a few feet apart, unsure of what to say.
Well,
Nox?
Yeah.
I suppose we should begin our farewells.
Yeah. Till next time, at least.
Yes, it won't be a moment in the overall time that we'll have together.
Yeah, when you come back to get me, we'll be like, wow, it was only yesterday you dropped me off.
Of course, not even a full day. It will feel like hours, I'm sure.
Friends call it a microsecond, something.
Well, probably a bit longer than a microsecond though. I'm unsure of the length of a cosmic one.
Maybe years, I guess.
I suppose that will be the case.
I try not to think about all of the things that we're going I try not to think about all the things that are about to make me cry, like the thought of not waking up to Amicus for the first time in months, or the fact that I won't have someone to really talk to at the end of the day, that I won't have someone who's just genuinely kind of loving towards me like no one ever was before. I swallowed a lump in my throat again. No, I'll have time to fall apart as soon as he leaves. I step forward and hug Amicus, burying my face in the warmth of his furry body, breathing in his scent. I'm determined to imprint this moment in my mind, something to help weather what I'm sure will be a hard 8 years. He rocks me back and forth for a moment, kissing my head like he always does.
You are more than prepared for this. You're strong. Why else would you have been chosen?
Thanks. You'll continue to be an amazing emperor, Amicus.
Here's hoping.
No, I still don't even know what to do right now, to be honest. Like, we just walk out into the street next.
Oh.
Amicus steps back, feeling around his cape and trousers.
I really hope I remember. Here.
Amicus pulls out a slim silver rod about a foot long. It's one of those holographic tablets that I see the Imperial family carrying around every now and then, aside from Amicus. I've gotten the impression that he just isn't fond of electronics.
The parents have instructed me to give you this. It will connect to your lingua, which will transmit the display information that you might need. Otherwise, all communication will be through the lingua.
I reach out, taking it, the cold metal light in my hands.
You almost forgot to give it to me.
Yeah. Well, I did remember.
I sigh, turning the rod over in my hands.
You turn it by taping the top.
I do as I'm told, and a blue, glowing plane slides from the rod, like a page attached to the spine of a book. It's blank for now.
Just wait until they offer instruction.
Okay.
I tap the top of the rod again, and the hologram recedes. Another awkward moment of silence, then...
Michael, I'm so happy to have met you. And I thank you. You have made me a better man. And though this will be painful.
Amicus's voice cracks. His resolve to remain strong finally gives in.
I will think of you every day. And we will meet again in 18. No matter what might happen between now and then, I will see you again.
His voice is strained as he struggles to get his words out. Then the tears really start spilling over. Amicus raises a paw to cover his face in frustration, like he actually planned on not crying before we parted ways. And I find that silly, because of course we'd cry. I'm doing the same as I move forward to wrap him up in a tight, almost desperate hug. He crushes me to his body, letting out a loud, gasping sob again through his teeth, as I feel the wetness of his tears land on my head.
I love you so much, Marco.
I love you too.
Like I've said, this is simply a stone in the way of our chariot's wheel. There are a few years are simply the push, and we'll be on our way again.
and things will get easier over time.
Without a doubt. And remember your ring. Though I might be moving away, I'm moving right towards you from the other side. We are permanently connected.
Yeah, the universe is spirit. I don't care about the other theories.
We both stand there, holding each other, trembling and sobbing. After a few minutes, though, we both calm down a little, and eventually I hear calm buzz faintly in Amicus's ear. Liftoff sequence should engage in 1 minute. Amicus steps back, firmly grasping my shoulders. He smiles through the tears.
And I think we shall see each other before then. The parents are mysterious, like I said.
Definitely.
Marco, my lover, my partner, my future husband, I love you.
And you know I love you too.
Amicus pulls me against his chest again, hard, squeezing me.
You will have amazing success here. And I'll see you soon. Very soon.
He plants a kiss on my mouth, and I have just enough time to kiss back before my wolf turns away and disappears out the balcony door. I listen to the metallic sound of his footsteps hurrying up the fire escape. Then nothing until a soft hum that I can only imagine is the ship before it's silent again. I stand there in the dark room, feeling a little stunned before moving to turn on the light. I stand there, staring, unsure of how I feel. For a moment, it's mostly just an empty feeling, one that I'm sure will start to ache as I come to realize how lonely I actually am. For now though, I move to the desk, waiting, thinking. Then I set the metal rod on top of the desk and tap the top. The blue panel appears again, and I stare at it. It's blank, and I start to wonder if I should keep it open. Maybe I should try to get some more sleep before facing what I'm sure will be a chaotic day. At that moment, though, I feel a twitch in my left eyelid. Then words appear on the blue plane. Should I read this, or is this like the parents?
Ewok, do you mind reading this?
Yeah.
Guillaume or me?
I think this is the parents speaking to Marco.
No, it's just text on the tablet.
I mean, yeah, it's just text.
It's a robotic voice.
Actually, Marco could read it. He's reading it out loud. Marco, read it.
Isn't Nox busy?
Proceed to the European Commission offices. The community is expecting your arrival in 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think we need
Nox.
a.
You
Nox.
okay, Nox?
We can't stop now.
Nox.
Keep going.
Really?
Proceed to the European Commission's office. A committee is expecting your arrival in 1 hour and 20 minutes. I stare at those words, realizing that I might not actually be alone amongst humanity, having all of this knowledge. I look around as if I have something to take with me. But no, I'm still in my robes. People will probably just think I'm a street performer or a crazy tourist. At 3 a.m, my eyelid twitches again and a map appears on the screen, showing me a half-hour walk through the various alleys and back streets, meant to keep me out of sight, I imagine. So, with a deep breath, I pocket my alien gadget, preparing myself to begin this journey. I'm scared, but I'm also relieved that things are moving so quickly. And I'm reading the same line. And also relieved that this I'm going to go back a line. I got lost. I'm scared, but also relieved that things are moving so quickly. I'm also relieved that this will help keep my mind off of the separation I just experienced. With any luck, I'll be kept busy enough that I won't have to feel the full blunt of the agony all at once. I look back into the room where it all started, taking a deep breath. I'm actually kind of excited. The thing I'd been dreading for months has now started, and that gives me a boost of adrenaline, prepping myself to face my duty. Then I turn off the light, leaving the apartment behind, heading to start a new life. Who wants to read Scipio?
It's Bort. Bort's gonna read Scipio.
I should cover this one.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Wait, Star, are you crying too?
I have a cold, okay? Oh my days, guys, come on. These accusations are getting out of hand, yeah?
I hear you sniffling. You can't hide from me.
I got cold. I got cold.
Sure.
What are these accusations?
All right, Bort, you're up. Hurry up.
I make my way quickly to the throne room, trying my best to contain my excitement. The most difficult part of this exciting new life I have is pretending that I'm not excited at all. So I try to look dignified as I walk into the throne room, toward Amicus seated at the back. I stop and bow as low as I possibly can.
No need for that. What news do you have, Scipio?
Unfortunately, I can't stop the smile from spreading across my face as I hold up the message. The Pharaoh accepted our request. The diplomatic mission may commence as soon as you are ready, Emperor Amicus.
And that is the ending of the game.
Yay!
We have a wrap.
Round of
Excited.
fucking applause. Yay!
Yay!
My mic doesn't like
lost found the main
Jackson, I thought you meant voicing in when we do cameo,
I mean,
not like right now.
No, you're locked in, bud. Sorry.
Something came in the mail today.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Contract
Christ.
has been signed.
Oh shit. Oh, hell
That was
yeah.
amazing, guys.
I'm so down.
So
No,
Congrats.
are you okay?
Wait, what are you so down for?
I knew there was a reason.
Having
Jackson
sex
was
with
so in
Neferu.
system.
Oh,
Congratulations. Congratulations.
This is
I
The
mean,
only reason he got
I
that,
think-
got that part.
there's two people who I think would have to fight to the death to fuck Neferu, and that's going to be Jackson and Jess.
I think Shino's in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, Shino.
I'm
Okay, so
white.
it's gonna be like the end of Squid Game where there's three people.
Oh, Squid Game, not the Squid
Yeah,
Game.
why will go wild?
I think that could very easily turn into a battle royale, honestly.
No, not the Squid Game reference. What?
I absolutely want Jackson, Shino, and Jess to all be in a Squid Game together.
Yeah, why?
Erotic mud wrestling.
There's somewhere too.
The mods are fighting.
The girls are fine.
Gee.
We did it though.
They gotta engage in erotic mud wrestling. What? Who said
Actually, yeah, that should
Like ancient Greek.
that absolutely should decide it.
that? Erotic mud wrestling, yeah.
Whoever wins,
Prove.
whoever wins at erotic mud wrestling gets to fuck Neferu. It's in the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's how Neferu would rule it, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jackson shows up in a Scipio fursuit.
No, I show up with my fucking gun. I ain't playing around.
Bro, no guns allowed.
You can't stop me.
Only 8 months of weightlifting.
Enough to make a baby?
Not quite. Just one more month.
It needs a little bit more time in the oven.
No, Marco, you can't get pregnant.
Alright.
I am devastated.
We did it. Now it's time for Echo.
Now
the Neferu
time
impreg.
for Echo.
Yeah. Oh
No,
boy.
Marco can't get pregnant. I am forever ruined by this revelation.
Are we? We're not doing
No.
Excel,
Doesn't
right?
stop him from
Empreg-
trying.
No, we're not reading right now.
Sorry. Empreg is canon. Empreg is canon.
Hello?
I have the screenshot.
Yo, Jackson, pull out that image. Pull out that image. Time since
Jackson, put that fucking screenshot in that message board now. I need.
Oh, this
So
one?
no. The one where it's like the actual writers, the mods, the people who are like, yeah, we have this shit on lock. This is
Wow.
Empreg is canon. There's a reason I'm on it.
Butt birth? You for real right now? Butt birth?
Listen, if it's
Excuse me?
I don't care if it's 2 tops or 2 bottoms kissing ass. It's gonna happen either way.
Born via shark. Born via shark.
Okay, I was told you guys are talking Echo stuff that I join in on.
Talking about this. Echo
No, we
shit.
are
Wow,
we
I guess
are
we're
going to
talking
talk
about-
Echo.
This is about Flynn.
Okay.
We are going
Why
to
did
talk.
we get to fucking Empreg? It always happens. This always fucking happens in this
That was
server.
my fault. Sorry. That was my
We
fault.
can't.
We
can't
just
have a
keep
nice-
going in circles.
I hate that.
Oh, like the universe. No, OMG.
I hate that they turned Cyberpunk into that.
I hate that screenshot so much.
So
It's so
good.
cursed.
McSkinny, no.
Hot points, too.
McSkinny?
Could be talking about hot points.
McSkinny canceled.
I don't want
We're gonna use this. The screenshot's gonna come up years later to ruin him.
Anyway, where's my fucking I'm going to pull up the Empreg screenshot. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Torva.
There you go.
Thank you, babe. Yeah, so Empreg is canon.
Babe.
Oh, wow.
Empreg is
It is.
mandatory. It is
Wonderful.
happening.
Bro, what do you want me to say to that? Oh, that's quite wonderful, isn't it? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, bro.
Oh my god.
Goodness gravy.
Look
I
at the
am
reactions in
ecstatic at
chat.
This
This
information.
is irrefutable. This is
I don't
going to
have super
happen.
reactions anymore.
The people demand it.
Not only is Marco getting pregnant, but Amicus is getting pregnant. They're both pregnant.
And so is
Mamma
and
mia.
Whammy.
so is Neferu.
Everyone's
They're all
pregnant.
bottoms.
Except
Mamma
Virginia.
mia.
Virginia doesn't get
Virginia's the top.
That's character development. and She doesn't get any
Right.
character development.
Real.
Virginia
Real.
is coincidentally the one doing the impregnating.
Virginia is top.
So who has chaos control? Like
Virginia actually
Chaos
impregnated
control.
me.
The parents. Actually,
What
no.
now?
The monitor should have chaos
Yeah.
control.
What the fuck?
The monitor
control.
is Knuckles.
I don't like the implications of that. The monitor can't read?
guys, but who's gonna eat the chili dog?
Chili dogs.
Chili dog.
Chili dogs.
One.
Okay. Echo shit. We're starting next week, right?
We are starting next week. Is everybody in No Mic 2? Because this is where we're going to be using the short form
Dude.
discussion.
It's so sad.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone is in No Mic 2. I'm gonna be posting the cast list. We're probably gonna have to start doing some polls real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this posted here, and then I'm gonna do a poll.
Wow.
I'm gonna head out. Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also heading out, guys. Thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you, Don. I hope you have a nice
Bye,
evening.
Don.
Take
You guys
care.
too. Y'all slay.
All right, and time for me to stop streaming as